Tim, where are you right now? We were supposed to go on our day trip today, remember? We've been planning this day-long hike through the woods for weeks now. But I just woke up and was about to start getting our stuff ready, and when I looked next to me, I saw you weren't there.
Oh, sorry, babe, my bad. My little sister Sarah called me up in the middle of the night last night. So I hopped in the car and drove over to my parents' house. That's where I am now.
I don't believe this. She called you out to your parents' house in the middle of the night. Again?
Yeah, and man, am I sleepy because of it. I'm gonna go back to sleep here. So yeah, sorry, but we're gonna have to cancel our hike today. We can go another time.
Tim, oh, you know how much I've been looking forward to the hike. I understand that Sarah called you, but couldn't you just tell her no for once?
Are you kidding me? How am I supposed to turn down an invitation from the cutest little sister in the whole wide world? She's always had a thing for me, you know. I'm her big brother and all, and she just feels more safe and secure whenever I'm around. And you know, for me, it feels really good to have someone that loves you and depends on you like this.
But Tim, every time she does this, it's always something incredibly trivial. Just a few weeks ago, she called you in the evening and she said that she'd been having trouble sleeping and wanted you to come and sit by her bed while she sleeps. That was our anniversary night. We had reservations to go out to a nice dinner together, and you canceled on me the last minute.
But this time it actually was really, really important, so hear me out, okay? My sweet little Sarah is gonna be a college student. She needed to take out a loan to pay for her tuition and books and stuff and wanted me to co-sign the loan.
Wait a minute. Sarah's going to college now? So she's going to be taking night classes or something while she keeps doing her regular day job?
Nope, she's already quit. She's gonna be a full-time student. I guess she never really felt very good about skipping college and getting a job straight out of high school. So she's been staying with my mom and dad for the past year to study for the entrance exam. And all that hard work and dedication paid off. She passed with flying colors and got accepted into one of the best private universities in the area.
Wow. Well, I'm very happy for her.
Isn't she incredible? I always knew she'd grow up to make something of herself, ever since she was a little girl.
Yeah, and again, it sounds like she's doing very well for herself, but we need to talk about this co-signing thing. That means that you're going to have to make the payments for her if she can't do it for some reason, right? I think this is something that the two of us should talk about together before making any big decisions.
Huh? I don't get it. What is there for us to talk about? I already told her I'd do it. It's a done deal. What do you think she called me out to my parents' house for? I was up all night signing all the necessary forms.
You what?
My parents are on a fixed income, so they won't be able to help her out very much. Plus, Sarah quit her job a full year ago and hasn't made any money since, so her savings are basically all gone. So it's up to me, as her capable and dependable big brother, to step in and help her out.
Tim, why did you make such an important decision without my input? We're going to build a house together, aren't we? We'll need to submit information about our credit to the bank to get a loan of approval soon. What are you going to do if the bank declines us for a loan because of this?
What's the problem? I don't see why that should make such a big difference. All I did was sign some goofy contract. It's not like I'm the one who's borrowing the money. Besides, Sarah says she's going to be sure to pay it all off and make all the payments right on time.
Okay, I'm glad she seems sure of herself, and I don't doubt she's sincere, but it's still concerning. You should have come and talked to me first, Tim.
Oh yeah, and there's one more thing I need to tell you. Sarah's gonna need some money for expenses, so we're gonna be giving her a little allowance of $300 a month. I'll give you Sarah's account information, so the next time you go to the bank, can you set up an automatic withdrawal for her every month?
$300 a month? Why do we need to send her so much?
Sure, she may have passed the test, but there's still a lot she'll need to pay for. Plus, classes aren't going to start for a couple months yet. She worked so hard this last year, I think she deserves to have a couple months of fun before school starts, don't you? It'll be a good motivation for her to study hard come the fall, too.
Is that it? If she wants some extra spending money, why doesn't she just get a part-time job? She quit her old job, she's done with the entrance exams, all she has to do is wait for classes to start. She has more than enough free time in the day to work for a few hours here and there.
Hey now, she's been grinding away studying for this test for a whole year, and she's finally done with it all. She's absolutely exhausted mentally and physically. She's been under a ton of pressure for so long. And you're gonna sit there and tell her that she needs to get a job now? How could you be so cruel?
But Tim, if we're sending her this money out of our monthly paychecks, that means this is going to be a burden on the both of us. I understand that you want to help out your little sister, but these decisions don't just impact you, they impact me too. I deserve to have my opinion put into consideration.
All right, I've heard just about enough out of you, Andrea. I am your husband, and as your husband, I'm ordering you to send my little sister $300 every month. Period. End of discussion. If you saw the look in Sarah's big, beautiful eyes when she asked me for some spending money, then maybe you'd understand how important this is to her and to me. My little sister needs our help, and we are going to be there for her.
Tim, you're being unfair.
And now I'm going to bed. I expect you to have the first payment of $300 sent to her account by the end of the day.
Like, wow, your guys' new house is so totally super awesome. And to think I'm gonna be living in this sweet house for free? This is the best! I am so glad that we're gonna be roomies now, Andrea. Hold on. What do you mean we're gonna be roomies? Did you stop by the house today to see it now that it's finished? Well, I guess this is your first time, huh? I didn't come by just to see the house, silly. I came here to move my stuff in. But since you and my brother are working today, there wasn't going to be anyone here to open the door for me. So Tim had a copy of the key made for me. I let myself in. I didn't think you'd mind, seeing as now I'm going to live here too. You're moving in with us? Now, you just wait 1 minute, Sarah. When did all of this get decided? I don't remember ever talking to Tim about you moving in with us. Oh, really? Tim never told you? Oh, that's weird. But, well, that's it. I'm gonna move in with you two starting today. Oh, for the love of... I can't believe Tim went and made another huge decision without me. How many times do I have to tell him that he needs to at least run this sort of thing by me before deciding anything? Well, we've been talking about it for a while now. I thought you knew. Okay, so, Tim told me that you guys were gonna buy a new house, right? Well, it sounded like it was gonna be so sweet that I asked him if I could live with you guys too. And he said yes right away. He loves me so much. He's a great big brother. So yeah, that's why I'm here today. I'm moving all my stuff in. By the way, where do you guys keep your toilet paper? But Sarah, what are you going to do about your college classes? Your college campus is a full 2-hour drive away from here. Just how in the world are you going to get to school every day? Oh, yeah, about that. Well, I don't know. College seemed like it would be fun at first, but once I actually started taking my classes, it started to get kind of boring, so I dropped out. You dropped out? I can't believe this. Didn't you spend a whole year studying for this? You quit your job? Are you really gonna let all that hard work go to waste? Well, like, it's super duper boring, though. My classes are all really lame, and I haven't even made any friends yet. This is insane. I guess not too many people go back to college after getting their first job. There's no one else there who's my age. All the other girls in my class are like 10 years younger than me. Have you ever tried being around a bunch of teenagers? It's the worst. So about 3 months in, I started skipping classes pretty regularly, and eventually I just stopped going altogether. How can you be so flippant about this? Anyway, it was around that time when Tim told me about the house you guys were building. So since I was bored with my life, I thought I'd spice things up a bit and try moving to a new town. Seriously though, can you believe I lasted 6 whole months before I quit school? I'm really proud of myself for putting up with it for that long. Once I get settled in here, I'll start looking for a job in town. I'm super exhausted from college though, so I'm probably gonna take a few months off to relax. Okay, Sarah, it's your life. You're an adult. You can make your own choices, regardless of how I or anyone else feels. If you want to quit college after 6 months and move to a completely different town, you're free to do so. However, this is our house, and I expect you to act accordingly, understand? Huh? I have no delusions about my husband. I know that there's nothing I could ever say to get him to change his mind about letting you live with us. So, I have no choice but to make the best of this situation. But again, if you're going to live in our house, then you're going to have to live by our rules. Furthermore, I expect you to make your fair contribution to our rent, living expenses, utilities, and that sort of thing. Oh my god, are you for real, Andrea? I'm your sister, Andrea, and you're gonna take money from me? Who do you think you are? My parents never made me pay them anything when I lived with them. Your parents are the ones who get to determine how to run their own house, just like we are the ones who decide what goes on here. This is our house, not your parents' house. And family or not, when you live in someone else's house, it's a simple common decency to pay that person for the privilege. Considering your situation, how about $500 a month, all inclusive? That's for food, rent, utilities. Sound fair? Are you out of your frickin' mind? 500? That's insane. Seriously? It's a perfectly reasonable amount. That's far less than you would pay if you were renting an apartment for yourself, and that also includes food and utilities, so it is insane, in a way, insanely cheap. You do know that I just moved here, right? And that I haven't even gotten a job yet, right? And, I was a college student up until a few weeks ago. How can you expect me to start shelling out $500 right now? All right, I can be reasonable. How about this? I'll lower your rent to $200 a month, and in exchange, you're going to be doing the housework for us. Things like sweeping the floors, doing the laundry, cooking. It would be nice to have someone else to help me out, since Tom is usually too busy with work to do much housework. You have got to be kidding me. Housework? Me? I hate housework. This is your house. You do the housework. I'm not doing any cleaning or cooking. Or any of that other stupid stuff you want me to do, so don't even bother asking. Great. Just great. Come on, I'm coming to the two of you for help, and you're trying to use that to get me to be your maid? What is wrong with you? Seriously, yuck. You know what? I think I might just have to bring this up to my big brother. He's gonna get so mad at you for trying to use me like that.
Andrea, you've got some explaining to do. Sarah just texted me and told me all about what happened, and I am furious. You tried to force my dear, sweet, adorable little sister to be our maid? What's your problem, Andrea?
Calm down, Tim. That's not what happened at all. All I did was tell her that if she's going to live with us, then she needs to pull her own weight. That means paying her share of our living expenses, right? Food, electricity, and rent aren't free. So I asked her to pay some money each month toward these expenses. Then she countered back saying that she didn't want to pay that much. So I told her that if she wanted, I would let her do some of the housework in exchange for allowing her to stay for less money, that's all.
How dare you! Sarah is my little sister. She doesn't need to pay us any money, and she doesn't need to do any housework.
Tim, that's just not going to be an acceptable arrangement. This is our brand new house that we worked so hard to build. We didn't buy this house just to give Sarah free room and board.
This is my sweet, adorable, beautiful little sister we're talking about. I would sell this house in a heartbeat for her if I had to.
All right, Tim, that's it. I've had enough. I am very upset with you for making yet another big decision without talking to me.
Oh no, you're upset? Whatever am I gonna do?
I have put up with so much for so long. I even agreed to allow her to live with us if that's what you wanted. But I've reached my limit, Tim. I am not going to compromise anymore. I'm concerned, and rightfully so, that Sarah is going to use this as an opportunity to force her way into our lives and never leave. If she's going to live with us, then we need to set some clear ground rules from the get-go. If she's not going to pay her fair share toward our expenses, then I am putting my foot down and saying that she is not going to live with us.
You're gonna kick my own sister out onto the street? My darling, adorable, sweet, gentle, loving sister who just moved into a new city and needs the help of her dependable big brother? You're just going to abandon her to the wolves to live on the streets with all the homeless people?
She might be your darling sister, but to me she's just the same as any other person. And just like any other person, if she wants to live in my house, then she's going to have to contribute, or else it's simply not going to work out. I have enough stress as it is without the stress of having to support a fully grown woman who refuses to work.
How could you be so cold to Sarah? And before that, how could you disobey a direct order from your husband, you bitch?
Tim, you have never spoken to me like that before.
Yeah, well, it's a lot less than I want to say to you after what you just said. Here's the bottom line, Andrea. Sarah is staying here with us for as long as she likes. She doesn't have to pay us any money, and she doesn't have to do any chores. She is free to do whatever she wants, whenever she wants, however she wants, and that is final. The only thing I want you to do is shut your big fat mouth and do what I say. From now on, you're gonna do all the chores by yourself, and you're gonna wash Sarah's clothes for her, too.
This is unbelievable. First you accuse me of treating Sarah like a maid, and now you're making me into your maid.
Damn straight. Now shut up, put your phone down, and get to work like I told you to. My sister is living with us, end of story. You don't like it? Fine, then get the hell out of my house.
You want me to get out of the house so you can make out with your precious little sister? To hell with that. You get out.
Huh?
I am done taking crap from you, Tim. I have been a damn good wife to you all these years. And how the hell do you repay me for that? By letting your little sister take over the house? And calling me a bitch to boot? If you love your sister so much, then get the hell out of this house and take her with you. Go and rent your own goddamn apartment, you creepy-ass weirdo.
Andrea, is that you? You're kind of freaking me out here. You've never stood up to me like this before.
Shut the hell up, Tim. I am sick of you and your disgusting sister fetish routine. The way you sit together and hold hands, it makes me want to puke my guts out.
What? Sister fetish?
You want me to listen to what my husband tells me, huh? You want me to be a good little girl, shut up and do what you say? Well, screw you. You do what I say now. I've done more than enough for you up until now.
Hey, Andrea, you're starting to really scare me now. Can we take a minute and calm down, please?
This is as calm as I can be right now, you moron. I tried being polite, I tried being nice, but nothing got through your thick skull. So all bets are off now. I am finally giving you a piece of my mind. You've had this coming for a long, long time.
Look, hey, it's been a long day. How about we come back to this tomorrow, huh?
You know, it's really not just the fact that you have a massive crush on your sister. I knew that was the way you were since before we got married. That's all baked into the cake by now. But it seems like every day, every frickin' day, it's gotten worse. You're starting to treat your sister more and more like your wife. Is that what you wanted from me, Tim? Did you want me to be a sister for you? Would that make you more attracted to me? Maybe if I dressed like her and styled my hair like her, you'd stop canceling our dates at the last second to go and be with her.
Hey, there's good reason for that. Let me explain.
And the cherry on top was you inviting her to live with us without asking me. I bent over so damn far, my head is permanently wedged between my ankles. And I'm not bending anymore. Get your crap and her crap packed up and get both of your asses the hell out of my house tonight.
Hey, what's gotten into you? You can't kick me out. Sarah's one thing, but I'm the man of the house, aren't I?
You, the man of the house? I'm the man of the house. Both the loan and the title are in my name.
What?
Oh my God, did you forget about that? You dumbass, you're the one who insisted on that arrangement. Remember? Because you just had to co-sign your sister's loan. You didn't want to add any more debt to your name.
Oh, yeah.
You got so scared to sign up for a $300,000 loan. You pathetic coward, you didn't have any problem taking on Sarah's loan. So I had no choice. Either put the loan in my name or have no house. The house, the loan, even the land it was built on are all in my name. So no, you're not the man of the house. You're barely a man at all.
Oh no, I totally forgot.
But now, I'm honestly kind of glad it happened that way. Now I have every right to tell you and your sister to get the hell out of my house. Oh, and by the way, you're going to be on the hook for Sarah's loan after all. Lucky for you, now you get another chance to step up and be a good sugar daddy.
Wait, what? What are you talking about? What's that about Sarah's loan?
Aw, didn't she tell you about that while whispering sweet nothings into your ear last night? Maybe she was planning to tell you tonight during your little sibling celebration. Well, nothing would give me more joy than to be the bearer of bad news to you, so here it is. She defaulted on the loan you co-signed on. And now you are gonna have to pay it off for her.
Seriously?
Oh, I'm dead serious. She dropped out of college. She told you that, didn't she? When I heard that, I was curious what was going to happen with her loan. So I decided to give a little call to the bank, and do you know what they told me? They told me that she was 5 months late on her payments.
She is?
You should have read the fine print. The moment you drop out, the repayment starts. And your precious little Sarah hasn't made one single payment. They've tried contacting her, but she ignores their calls and emails.
So that means that they're gonna come after me next, doesn't it?
Yeah? What the hell did you think being a co-signer meant?
No way, I can't do that. I mean, do you have any idea how much tuition for the school she got into is? She borrowed the full cost for a year of tuition. It was over $50,000.
And when that debt causes your life to come crashing down around you, I don't want to be anywhere near you. So, get out. Now. Both of you are banned from my house for life. Hey, what did you tell my big brother? He just texted me and told me I can't live with you guys anymore. He said that I'm gonna have to find somewhere else to live. What did I tell him? Nothing much. We had a pleasant little chat about the weather, sports, and the fact that you're not making your loan payments. What? You sure didn't waste any time after dropping out to totally ghost the place you borrowed that money from. Didn't they tell you you had to start paying once you dropped out? I imagine they did. And yet, you haven't even made a single payment. Yikes, girl. No way. Why do you know all that? How'd you find out? Oh, I have my ways. I wish I could have seen the look on Tim's face when I told him all about it. Once he realized that now he was going to be on the hook for paying back your loan, I bet he turned pale as a ghost. He said there's no way he was going to be able to pay it for you. Oh no, he can't pay it for me, but why not? I thought I could count on him. Well, Sarah, he might have the biggest sister complex I've seen in my entire life, but that doesn't make him your personal ATM machine. A guy can only have so much money, you see. You mean Tim's kicking me out of the house just to avoid having to pay off my loan for me? Is he just gonna abandon me? But I don't have a job yet, and I don't have anywhere else to live. What am I supposed to do now? You'll have to work that out with your brother, Sarah. Whatever the two of you do from here on out, it has absolutely nothing to do with me.
Okay, I just texted Sarah and told her she can't stay with us, so you don't need to divorce me anymore. I'm so sorry for being a selfish jerk to you. I never appreciated you enough, I realize that now. So what do you say, Andrea? Will you reconsider divorcing me?
Nope. After all the times when I tried to talk to you and you refused to listen? Did you think you could fix this just by apologizing after the fact?
Come on, don't be like that. I mean, we just bought a house together. You don't want to live all alone, do you?
Actually, it sounds kinda nice. I think I might get a cat. Really, getting rid of you might be the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Andrea?
I never told you about this, considering you're allergic to cats. But I've wanted to have a cat for as long as I can remember. Once you move your stuff out, I'm going to a pet shop the very same day. So, no, I won't be lonely at all.
I can put up with a cat. I'll wear a mask in the house or something, so please let me live with you and the cat. I don't want to divorce you.
Then I guess you should have acted like it before it was too late. A good time to apologize might have been, let me think. Oh yeah, the time you left halfway through the first night of our honeymoon to go see your sister would have been a great time. But now, you're too late. I don't want to see your face anymore. I don't love you anymore, and I never will again.
Andrea, please!
Don't be too sad, Tim. You still have the cutest little sister in the world, right? Sure, she might be a little impulsive and up to her eyeballs in debt, but she's still your adorable, sweet, beautiful, darling little sister. Maybe the two of you can find a foreign country where your brand of brotherly love is legal and live there. Tim was pretty stubborn about agreeing to the divorce, but once my lawyer got involved, he was much more reasonable. The second he finished writing his last signature, I grabbed the divorce papers and sped over to the courthouse to submit them. Right now, he and Sarah are living together in a small, run-down apartment. They're both working off Sarah's debt together. I was under the impression all she did was pay for a year's tuition. But it turns out she had multiple other expensive hobbies: gambling, designer brand clothing, nightclubs, you name it. All in all, her debt was up to around $80,000. As much as Tom fawns over his sister, seeing the bottom line on the invoice the bank sent them sent him into a furious rage. He screamed his head off at her for a solid 30 minutes until his voice went completely hoarse. It's such a shame. They were such a good couple. But money has a way of ruining relationships, it seems.